The trending thing now is know your partner's genotype before saying I do. But do you know that there is another important factor that couples to be need to consider before saying I do? But the good thing is, this particular factor does not totally stop the couples to be, from getting married, as long as they keep to the rule. Okay, now I am going to be talking about this important factor as well as giving you the solution, because this particular factor has a remedy. That is why I say, as long as the both partners stick to the rule, all right. But if they know that they're not going to keep with or stick to the rule, they shouldn't get married at all. Now, this important factor is what we call rhesus factor. What is rhesus factor? Rhesus factor simply means the blood type that has the rhesus D antigen on the surface of the red blood cell. Okay. Now, what happened? We have 4 major types of blood cells, blood group. We have the A, we have the B, we have the AB, and we have the O. Okay. So these blood groups, I'm not here to discuss the blood groups, okay? But if you think you want to know more about blood groups, you can comment on the comment section. I will talk about it, okay? So these blood groups, they have the ROHD, rhesus D antigen on some of them and not. So like we have the A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, O and O positive and O negative. So any blood group that has the positive sign, it means that blood group, the person have the rhesus D antigen, okay, on the surface of their red blood cell. Those that have negative sign on their blood group, it means they don't have the rhesus D antigen on top of the red blood cell, okay? Now, I'm going to be using the O blood group as a reference, okay, because this is a universal blood group. So if a man that has the O positive, which means he has the rhesus D antigen on the surface of his red blood cell, marries a lady who has the negative sign, let's say the lady is O blood group as well, but has O negative, which means the lady has does not have the ROD antigen on the surface of her red blood cell. Now, what happened is this: when the lady gets pregnant, her body is going to, and the baby she's carrying has the O positive blood group. Okay, it's most likely most babies have their blood father's blood group. Okay, so if the baby has the positive, like the ROD antigen, if the baby's blood group is O positive, all right, the mother's body is going to see that baby's blood as an antigen. Normally what happens to the body when we have infection, okay, our body has natural antibodies that fights infections, okay? So when we have infection, the body recognizes that infection as a foreign body and thereby releases antibodies to fight that infection, all right? Because it is recognized as a foreign body. So this same thing is what happens when a woman that does not have the ROD antigen in her blood, that's the rhesus factor positive sign, carries a baby that has the positive sign in the blood group, okay, has the ROD antigen in the blood group. The body of the mom will recognize that baby's blood as a foreign body, and it will release antigens to fight the baby's blood cells. Okay, so what happens if the woman's body recognizes the baby's blood group as an antigen and release antibodies to fight this baby's red blood cells? Now, what happens is that there will be so much destruction of the red blood cell, which leads to a condition known as hemolytic disease of the newborn or erythroblastosis fetale. And if the baby's red blood cells is destroyed in utero, it's going to release a lot of bilirubin, okay? That's the bile, release a lot of bilirubin in the baby's bloodstream. And this excess bilirubin can travel to the baby's brain. And when it gets to the baby's brain, it's going to cause a condition known as kernicterus. This kernicterus can lead to hearing loss. It can lead to loss of vision for the baby. It can lead to brain damage as well as death. Okay, so that is why most people have a lot of stillbirth. Okay, stillbirth means as the baby, you're giving birth to the baby dies. Okay, baby does not survive. So I'm not saying that RH incompatibility is the only reason why people give birth to stillbirth. No, I'm saying reoccurrence if they don't know. Okay, and another thing is that this rhesus incompatibility problem, it does not usually affect the first pregnancy because that's the first exposure. But the thing is this, when I say first pregnancy, a lot of women will be like, oh, thank God, I've not had the baby before, and maybe it will not affect my first baby. But listen, when I say first pregnancy, it does not mean the first pregnancy you're having in your husband's house. No. A lot of ladies had some abortion while they were still in their youthful exuberance and youthful age. So if you are one who has had abortion before you got married, bear in mind that your first pregnancy is the one you aborted, not the one you had in your husband's house. Okay, so if you are a woman with this RHD negative blood group and you have had an abortion before you got married, please make sure you speak to your doctor. Okay, especially if you are marrying a guy that has the positive RHD, because they will need to give you an injection to subdue those antibodies. Because if you carry another pregnancy while you are married, definitely your body is going to see that child's blood. If the child is carrying your husband's blood group, which is the positive one, the body is going to definitely see that child's blood group as an antigen, and is going to release antibodies to fight it. So that's why a lot of women, they experience a lot of miscarriages. They don't know. It's ignorance, okay? And that is why I'm discussing it today. So in case you are not aware of it, you have to know now. It is very important to check your rhesus factor compatibility with your husband before you say I do. Okay, so you have to talk to your doctor. There is usually an injection they give them, anti-D immunoglobulin, okay, also known as ROGAM. Most people are conversant with the name. So that's an injection that normally give them to fight the antibodies, to calm down the antibodies that sees those baby's blood as antigens. So doing that, the baby will be able to live. I think they give them that injection either during the pregnancy or after the pregnancy. So I'm not really sure. So you speak to your doctor, okay? So why I'm doing this video is for you to know that it is not only important to check your genotype before you say I do. Also know your husband's and yours rhesus compatibility. It is very, very important, okay? That is when you say this person is O positive and this person is O negative. I'm not saying positive and negative blood groups should not marry, but they have to stick to the rule, which is the injection rule, okay? So you talk to your doctor if you're in love and you want to get married. Thank you for watching once again. Bye.